The question is, I really liked Pope Francis. In his memory, is there anything I should be doing to pray for him? Will he go to heaven right away? Is it automatic?
Sure.
That kind of thing.
Sure. While we look to the election of a new pope, this is also a time of formal mourning in the church for the loss of our beloved Pope Francis, who has such a dear place, not just in our hearts here in Northwest Indiana, but around the world. And so, just like any soul, only the Blessed Mother was born without sin, and Jesus himself, we pray for the repose of his soul. We pray that that loving embrace with Jesus would come quickly and with great joy, and he'll be given his heavenly reward. So we don't believe as Catholics that he automatically goes to heaven. We pray that that will happen, and we pray that the Lord in his mercy will draw him up. I tell people to pray for me after I'm dead because I know I'm going to need it. So we pray for Pope Francis. But then we also can say, he's not with us anymore. So what does that mean for us? The reality is that the witness that he gave, particularly to those who are on the margins, those who are outcast, those who society overlooked. He talked about those who are on the peripheries. And we think about having peripheral vision. It means we can kind of see to the side. If a horse is in a race, you put blinders so that they don't get distracted. They don't look to the left and the right. To have peripheral vision is to see those who nobody else is looking at in the midst of being about our daily life and just all steam ahead. So to look for those who are on the margins, to look to those who are hurting and suffering, those who are experiencing material deprivation, those who are in poverty and who are hungry and who are destitute and who are without a home, those are all beautiful ways to be attentive to the needs of others. So the best way to imitate Pope Francis is to live out what he lived out, and that is to be attentive to the needs of others, to share our love with others. Pope Francis also reminded us of the importance of what he called our common home, that the created earth in which we live is shared by everybody on this planet. And so we don't just think of it in my own way as to how I can use it, but we're sensitive to the common home, our environment, to make sure that we're being good stewards for the next generation, that we don't treat the resources of this world as if they're just for me and me alone. Just like you look at a family home and you say, well, I want my kids, if they can live here, to have a good home when I leave, and I want it to be ready for them. We look at that as the whole earth and how we can do that. To me, and if we look at the core of his teaching, the first document that Pope Francis released was called The Joy of the Gospel. The Joy of the Gospel. And so in addition to being attentive to material needs of people, more than anything else, Pope Francis said, show the joy of the gospel to others. Let them know the love of Jesus. So we do that by what we do, how we imitate him by doing works of service and love and kindness, but also what we say, that we share the good news of Jesus with others, and that we accompany them. We don't just say, hey, I'm over here, you come here and hear what I have to say. We go to where they are, we hear from them, and we bring them with us, with Jesus, closer, not just to our common home on this earth, but our heavenly home. So to imitate and to live out what Pope Francis taught is to just put that faith into action, by what we do, by what we say, living out the joy of the gospel.